Well, it was a nice day out, and that took a quick turn to kind of a miserable, rainy little day, but sometimes the rainy days are good too. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. So yeah, picking up where we left off last time, I wanted to chop these trees down so that we could put a river through here, but looks like someone maybe beat me to it. Logged on, saw this little cabin here. Nice cozy little outfit here. Axeman lumber. And this is Axeman himself. So this is the little lumber yard that I had set up here just off camera. He's got himself some wood, his little chopping block, and then I put these little chests here, so I'm going to put the different types of wood that we get here. And then this is just kind of where I can store some of my wood. Bring some life to our server here and to our world, and have this guy just cruising around in his cozy little cabin. Got himself a little couch by the fire and some nice flowers. But yeah, kind of sticking to the trend of this guy, we're going to work on the storage room there. So yeah, I was just kind of playing around with these guys, and I figured that you could have a little cozy little house here. While I'm down here, I'll show you. Since I was working on the bridge, and I was saying last episode how I didn't want to have this one maybe necessarily because it forces us to use like the bridge and the pathway, and then also the rail cart thing. I blocked this one off, made it kind of look like it was collapsed. I did the same thing on the inside of the tunnel, so kind of as a remembrance that it was here and kind of some lore to our world. But yeah, just add a little touch. So yeah, and then we'll just go and maybe put our river through here. So yeah, I was thinking we're gonna put a river in here somewhere. I don't know how big a river, but it'll come through that one, and under that bridge, and then under this bridge, and wrap around kind of where that waterfall is right now. For this thing, I was thinking that I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it. If I wanted to like just cover it, pretend it was never there. But I was thinking it might be a cool idea if we made like a whirlpool type dealio here that goes down deep into the mountain, and maybe that's like a water source for like deep down in there. So I might leave it, and we might dig this out later, see where this pops out too, but I'll leave it for now and come up with something maybe a little bit more creative than just filling it with dirt. So as for the storage room, I was kind of playing around with some ideas. I'll kind of make a mock-up one here for you. So let's pretend that this is the copper golem chest. And then I was thinking if we did like chests like this. And then we'll put another chest down here. So that's going to be 8 chests, plus this is his 9th one, so they can remember up to 9 plus the one that they look out of. So if we put our stuff in there, hopefully like, you know, he goes and checks all these chests, and if he still can't find it, then he'll dump it on this last one. So then with this, if I repeat this over and over and over and over again, this last chest of it spits out the items that he can't find into a water stream, and then goes back into another copper chest. Then the next set of golem can do the same process, and then basically when it gets to the very end, whatever's left in here, obviously there's not a home for it, they couldn't find it, or I don't have a chest for it kind of thing. So and then we can just continue making certain chests for things that they can't find. But yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm going to do. So I'm going to clear out a spot in here for that, and a spot for the trading hall. Okay, so while I was digging this out, I took a break and went into a creative world to just kind of test some things with the copper golems. Previous one that I showed you guys where it was like 2 chests on either side, I think I'm going to scrap that one because I wasn't able to see the golems as much as I wanted to. I mean, could be a compact version. Oh, I already chopped it up. It could be a more compact version, but I also want to be able to see them. And I was worried about maybe having like 2 rows of those going on, so there'd be like a thing of chests on this side, and then this side, and then on the other side. So it'd be like a grocery store, right, where there's like aisles, and I didn't really want to have to like necessarily look for ones, right? I want to be able to like come in here and be like, oh yeah, look at all this stuff. So I came up with a different idea. So let's get started. I'm just gonna mock it up, and then I think once we kind of have like an idea of it, then I'll come in and I'll fine tune it. So the plan was, let's see here. So I wanted the copper golems to be in this space. So it's gonna have to be 3. I originally made this the same like here, but I think it might be cooler if the doors are like staggered and stuff, right? Like I don't want it to be like just totally long hallways that all meet up to each other. Like gives it some variety, I guess. So we'll just do 3 in here, and this is where the golems will be walking. So 1, it'll be like eye height, head height, and we'll be able to see them all the time. And then I'll still get double the chest kind of thing. So I'm just gonna maybe start it right here. Oh, this pick is too fast sometimes. So I'll just mock it up. I'm not gonna fine tune right now while I'm talking to you guys. So I'm just gonna leave like 1 gap in between these chests. That was too many. Too many? Okay. And I think from here, go 1, 2, and then this will be where the... I'll fix that after. Where the dump chest is for them. So then we'll do the same thing here. So this is still going to give us our 8 chests, like this. Oh no. I think I can break a couple here. I need 3. Okay. And then this will just make it like kind of like more perimeter, and you'll see like tons of little golems over. And then I think on this inside one, I'm going to close that off, and then we're going to do like another perimeter along this inside wall. So when you come in, you like see chests like all along the wall, and then I might have like another door at the very end there. So it's kind of like a U shape here. Okay, so now that's there. I'll just dig this out. And I think it would kind of look cool because it's like inside the mountain. Like it's not just like a pillar in the random room here. And this can stay. So then this will be where the copper golems will be. And then for lighting, I was thinking lava. I think that makes the most sense for a dwarven mountain. And it's cheap since I have the lava generator thing. I moved a couple over here so that I didn't have to go all the way back to the village, but okay, there we go. Let's dig 2 down. I almost need to get like a weaker pick when I'm just like messing around because it like just obliterates things. Okay, so put glass here. And then I'll probably like fill this like totally full with lava, but just for a start here. And then we can do the other side. I'm gonna cut it off here though, just so that I can put the dropper thing so it doesn't burn up. So let's just do... Okay, so this is where the golems are gonna walk. Should be able to reach them there. And then I'll dress this up. I'll put some different blocks in here, but just for testing purposes and to show you guys. And then I'm gonna need some paint. Because I was testing it and they didn't seem, when it was a full block, they didn't want to touch the chest. So then like a fence post or something would work too, but kind of like a half a block, or I guess a quarter of a block, so that they can access it. So then let's just don't try to escape. Let's go up here and place it. Okay. Like that. So we'll have like a bunch of these, and it would actually work out better this way because I can decide, and probably this one, I would decide like this is the spot that I want to dump everything off into. So I can dump all my stuff. These guys will start sorting it, and I did test it that both of them go in the same one and do all of it. So it's 2 times faster than what I had originally planned. So that's good. Yeah. So they'll go and they'll go through the boxes, and then when they can't find anything from here, they'll dump it into that one. And then I'll put a dropper water thingamajigger up to another one, and then just continue it on. Yeah, just kind of a sneak peek and show you guys what I was looking at. So I'm going to continue this kind of pattern all the way along and see how far like close I can get to the mountain, because I'll come show you. You can kind of hear it now. Top of the mountain's here, so I don't want to necessarily dig up anymore. And I got a little bit of room, so I'll see how far I can get away with it. But this will also keep it pretty low profile. Then in the future, if I want more boxes, I can continue downwards with the same kind of a thing. And then we can just do like levels and floors, and then we can just have like a big staircase or something going down. But yeah, that's kind of what I got for that. And then I was just kind of digging out for the hall. So I think I wanted a little bit wider than 5. I might even go a little bit wider than this, because I was thinking about having like some like pillars in here, kind of like a grand library. And then I was also thinking if let's just say Mr. Villager is here, we'll have a couple of them, right? And then I don't want to go like infinitely in a one straight line. So then I might like do like a couple of them, and then have a staircase that goes up to like another level, and then have the same thing up top. So I'll have like 2 tiers. So maybe like the books that I'm not going to need very often can be on the upstairs, and then things like unbreaking and that kind of stuff on the bottom one. So I think it would kind of give it like that big opening feeling. So I'll play around with that, but I think that should be enough like buffer room for me to do that and kind of design some things in there. So yeah, let me just keep digging this out and chop a bunch of wood, get some chests going, and then I'll see if I can kind of come up with a like palette for what I want to do here. Okay, so yeah, this is what we kind of got so far. So everything's working kind of how I wanted it. So This is the dump chest that I can come up to and dump everything into that I want them to sort. And it goes into a hopper, into this chest, and then it starts the process of going along these guys. So they're just cruising around, trying to sort all the stuff that I dumped in here. I dumped just like a bunch of stuff in here, so they're kind of going through that right now. So yeah, it goes all the way this side. And then just for now, until I actually end it, this is like the output chest. So this is everything that they couldn't find, which I don't know why he couldn't find this. Should be at the beginning. Unless there's none in here. Okay, yeah, there was none in here. Yeah, there was. He should have got that one. It might have been like from down below somewhere when I was like working. It might have gotten to the hopper system, but we can take a look down here. So this is kind of what I got going on. So that's the first chest, and it comes along, comes into this one, goes down the hoppers into the dropper, and then automatic dropper back up into the water chute, and then into the next guy, and then just rinse and repeat. So this one's cycling through some scaffolding there. So at the beginning, like, you don't want to like just fill the whole chest with like everything. I was just doing it just to empty it, but I can always help them out later. But like if I come in here and I have like 50 stacks of stone, I'm not going to put it in there. I'm not going to make them try to sort 50 stacks. But if I just kind of got like a hobshop of stuff in my inventory, I can just dump it in there quickly, because it'll just take them a long time to go through. Like that'll take them a while to go through that, even though it's the first chest here. And I went through a couple different versions kind of as I was building this, and I know I did have two guys in there previously, but they kept running into each other, and then it was kind of annoying because I had to break the glass, kind of smack one of them to kind of get off the same track, and then they would continue, but they would butt up against each other and then would stop the actual sorting. So I opted to just put one guy in here, so that way he can just cruise, no one's in his way, and he can just do his thing. But yeah, so then I set up another little smelter thing here just because it was kind of like some dead space, and I just wanted it to like line up with like the beams that I had kind of going on here, like so that these ones lined up. I gotta move it a little bit because I didn't count the blocks right there. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of it for the storage room. I'll keep kind of working on it and kind of coming up with like some kind of a color scheme for it, but I'm just gonna see how far I can take it, because the end of the mountain's right here, so I should be able to get just a little bit further and then have a door at this entrance here, so it's like a big U shape, and then I can span more chests along this wall. So as I was looking at it, I was also debating if I should do another chest, like the bottom half. I might actually be able to even reach up top, but I think I might just do the bottom half and just do another like set of 4 chests out here, and then there'll be like another golem walking up there. So I'll try that and see if I can get it to work like that. So that's just kind of some off-camera stuff that I'll do. And then I was also kind of coming up with a plan for like the actual interior of the mountain here. So I was just kind of keeping with the 5-block theme that I've been kind of using. So just to give it some dimension, I put some like columns here, and then I was kind of trying to think of like what for light sources that I could do. So I was thinking like a recessed lamp, and then have like a copper grate on there, like kind of like that. Some inlay copper to kind of give it some more texture and more accent of copper. I also was kind of playing around with something like this, kind of like engravings along the wall if I did it for everyone or every other one or something like that. So I'm just kind of playing with that, see what I can find. But I was debating whether I should put lava down there or not. Like it is brighter, but it kind of takes away from like the nice glow of the lamps. So we'll see. And then I was digging out this for the trader hall. So this is kind of what I had like envisioned. So there would be a villager in each one of these little holes here. So you walk up, you trade with them, and I can kind of decorate a little bit more, make it look a little bit more like grandish. Put some bookcases and that kind of thing to make it look like a library. And then I would maybe space like these pillars out a little bit to kind of give it some like middle support kind of thing, you know. I was thinking maybe 3. That might be a good number, or maybe 4 or 5, but not sure. But I was thinking after so many of these, then there'd be the staircase that goes up to the next floor, and then it would be kind of a copy and paste of that, but down here. So yeah, that's kind of the idea that I had. So then the books that I'm not going to use very often will be in the top floor, so I don't have to like go up all the time, but it kind of gives it a big feel, and then hopefully I can get like a pretty big roof on it. So yeah, that's where I got so far with this kind of portion of the mountain. So I guess you guys could just leave in the comments what you kind of think would look the best for like light sources or any ideas for in here. But I'll just kind of keep playing around with this on my own time. And I think to finish off the episode, first let's get rid of this Enderman because he's ruining my floor, except for I don't got any bows or arrows on me. You're wrecking my floor, man. Why? Leaving debris everywhere. I think to finish it off, we'll maybe terraform out a bit for the river, so I can kind of have an idea of that and play around with that too on my own time. So I think I'll end it off with a little bit of a montage here, and I'll dig some of this out and kind of see what we got for a river. Okay, so well, that's what we kind of got so far with the river. I chose to just end it on a couple spots here, like here. I don't know if how far I'm gonna go, so I just cut it here so I could fill it first, and then since this is more or less going to be the same depth as this, I can kind of just go however far I want there. And then over here, in the video there on the montage, you saw me leave a strip on this side, and then I did tear it down because originally I was going to have the flow of the water coming from this way, but I think it made more sense since there's already a waterfall there. I might add a little bit more of a waterfall, almost like the mountain up there is melting, so it's coming down to this river, and then maybe another little stream off the top of our mountain coming down to this river. So I cut it so it's flat here, because if it was like real life, the water would be pushing and bouncing off this pillar more or less, kind of rounding it off if it's splitting into two, right? And then on this side, the sandbar would be a little bit longer just because of the way the water would cut through. So I chose to put what I had on that side on this side now, so it's kind of more realistic, I suppose. And then we got this little bit of a waterfall that's going down into this whirlpool thing. So once I kind of figure out what I want to do with that, I will do so, but it looks kind of cool. Right now the river is only like 1 block deep, but I am probably going to do at least 3, so I'm going to have to fill it up to about here. So it might look a little bit better once the water is a little higher. Then coming this way, I was just going to make a like 1-path river, but I decided to do the same kind of thing I did up there, but have it split off into 2 different directions, because I think it makes most sense with like the valley coming down over there. We'll have a little bit of the river strip going this way, so I still gotta figure out where I want that river to go, so I kind of ended it here too. So we'll have one part of the river go that way, and one river like in between the valley where it comes down here to this mountain. So this would be kind of like a little bit of a delta or a fork in the road type thing. So this one will be the same as that one. Once I figure out what direction this side's going to go, I'll kind of make it fit. And then this is going to be full, so it'll be the same height as the regular land, because then the other part of the river strip will come through here. And yeah, so I'll dig out some of this or whatever, but that's a pretty good start for the river. I think it'll look nice once we, put some lights around here, add some life here, put some fishermen's and that kind of stuff. I don't know if you can like catch dolphins and nautiluses or like scoop them in a bucket like the fish or not, but I'll see if I can get a way to get some sea life in here. I think that would be pretty neat. And then this gives a little bit of a shoreline for Axeman there. He can set up some more lumber yards over here for him to get his business going, and still leaves us a little bit of room for like an arena or whatever I want to do over here. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I think we'll end it here. A little bit of a shorter episode this time. I think we made some good progress in the mountain, and yeah, I'm looking at maybe picking up Hightail here in the future. It's kind of like a Minecraft-y type game. I know lots of people are excited for that, so I might give that one a go. And I also think I want to try the Vintage Story one, like I was saying earlier. So probably give those a couple spins. And I've also been playing a couple other little games like some Jedi and stuff. So if you haven't seen those, check those out. But until next time, bye-bye.